Hey guys, today I'm going to be going over how to apply the nth term. So getting into it straight away, sometimes you'll get a question that says a sequence has the value and it will give you some kind of expression. It asks you to find the value of the something term. So for example, if it asks you to find the value of the fourth term, n is going to be equal to 4. So with that in mind, 20th term, what's that going to be equal to? If you said 20, then you'd be correct. And the minus fifth term, if you said that it doesn't work, I'm afraid that was a trick question. Because it's a specific term in the sequence, it's not allowed to be negative or decimal. So keep that in mind. But if it's a positive whole number, then literally whatever term it's at, oh, didn't mean to drag it there, whatever term it's asking you for, n is going to be equal to that number. So let's say you're given a question like this. First thing you're going to do is you're going to see how it says sixth term over here. So we know that n equals 6. And literally all we're going to do is we're going to substitute that 6 into this expression here. So then if we expand the brackets over here, we're going to get this. And then just so I don't have to write another line, we can say that this is 432. So now, given that we've got 432 plus 30, it's literally just going to come out to 462, and that's your answer. So exact same type of question here. We're going to see that it says third term, so we're going to set n equal to 3. Once again, just substitute in those numbers. And then we're going to expand the brackets and solve it in the normal way. And 27 is going to be your answer here. So this question here is a little bit different, and I've designed it to be a little bit long-winded, but definitely solvable once you figure it out. What it's asking you here is it's saying one of the terms has value 8. So in other words, when you put something as equal to n, then this comes out to be 8. So it's asking you what number do you have to put into n for it to come out to be 8. So we can write it like this. So at this point, it doesn't matter what you do next, whether you want to half all of it or if you want to subtract the 8. I'm going to subtract the 8 first and then the half, but again, it doesn't matter what order you do it. And like I said, I'm just going to half now. Whatever order you did, it's going to come out to be the same result anyway. And so at this point, we should be thinking about how we're going to put it into double brackets. And I'll just say now the numbers are n minus 1 and n minus 6. And so when we multiply these two brackets together, because it's 0, we know that if we set n to positive 1 or positive 6, then that will work. So this will be your answer. I should just point out I made a little mistake when I wrote out the question, because if it's two terms like this, then it will say that it's two terms. But there are some questions where there's only one term, and we're going to get onto that now. So I got this far through the video and I've only just realized I've been writing the questions as a sequence has the value. Now what it should technically be is has the nth term. So if you're looking at the questions before that, just pretend I wrote that. Anyway, with that aside, a sequence has the nth term n squared minus 6n minus 18. One of the terms has value minus 2. Work out which term this is. So again, we're going to write it out like we did last time. And to make this a quadratic, we're just going to add 2 to both sides, make this side equal to 0. Now this is the bit where we go into the double bracket. So for this, it's going to be n minus 8, n plus 2. And so finally, we're just going to set the brackets equal to 0 to get our answers. Now, have you noticed something here? Because if you notice that n equals minus 2 doesn't look quite right, then you would be correct. Because remember, can't be negative. So n equals 8 is the only answer here. And that's what I was going on about last time, where sometimes it'll say work out both terms, sometimes it'll just say which term. Anyway, I hope you find that helpful. And although this is probably one of the more basic areas of further maths, just remember you need to learn to walk before you can run. And if you can get a grasp of this, then obviously that will enable you to do the much more difficult questions. So that being said, I'll see you in the next part.